Hello everybody, come back. I think I missed like a couple days of streaming. I think I was going to stream on Tuesday, and then I was going to stream yesterday as well. Kind of late in the day, because it's, it was reset day yesterday, so we got all the raids and stuff to run. But literally, as I was about to start streaming, I got a reply from one of the jobs I applied to like a month ago. They finally wanted me to go through like kind of the interviewing process. But for like 3D modeling, and the interview process kind of starts out with like test modeling basically, so I spent like a couple hours when I would have been streaming just doing like a really fancy like a set of drawers and creating like really nice renders and turntables and stuff for that to try and impress a little. So hopefully that goes well. If that does go well, it will mean moving streaming over to probably the weekends. Depends what sort of hours and stuff they want me to work, I suppose. And whether it's remote or relocation, because if I have to relocate, then streaming might go on hold for a little bit, understandably, while I, like, get a new place and everything. And today we're back on the WoW. I was gonna play a bit of Halo because I just noticed a really weird thing with their system with the unlock rewards that I hadn't noticed before. Where I think I complained about it a bit last time on stream, more than likely that I streamed it. The whole thing of you having to like go through individually and unlock everything in a row. Turns out you can actually just pick and choose parts from the row. But I haven't tested it completely yet, but I think you still have to unlock everything in there before you can like move to the next tier of items or whatever. But it doesn't mean you can have some like selection of choice, kind of like you did back in the day. It's just not quite the same. I still prefer the old like reach unlock system to literally all of the Halo unlock systems since. From what I heard, 5 had some sort of loot box thing, which really doesn't sound great to me at all. I suppose at the end of the day it's just cosmetic stuff, but like the cosmetic stuff in Halo has been kind of a big thing, really, like right from the start. Like, if you had a cool-ass helmet, or you had, like, a flaming effect, or you had some, like, really badass-looking shoulders, it was because you'd put time and effort in. It was because you really spent the effort to, like, level up and stuff. I'm not sure how loud the music is. I did just stick the Halo 3 soundtrack on. It seems to be getting kinda loud on the audio thing, so I might turn it down in a second. I've been kinda just going quiet when it, like, spikes up for those big orchestral numbers. But yeah, the armor in Halo has always kind of been a big thing. It's not like in COD where it's just a different skin on your gun, it's like your entire appearance is changed based on your armor and unlocks and stuff. I guess in the same way like a mount shows off your like accomplishments in WoW, right? It is kind of like a symbol of symbol of your accomplishments, essentially. So the whole loot box system, I really don't like. To be honest, I prefer the season pass system in the Master Chief Collection that I've complained about since launch over the loot box system, to be honest. Generally, I kind of had a weird stance on loot boxes, where like I kind of, if they're done right, I don't super mind them. Like, they're definitely not the best thing, in a way, for games, but at the same time, from a business standpoint, it does allow the continued funding of a project for, like, months afterwards. So it basically pays for your free DLC that you get in things like Battlefield and other of those, like, games as a service type things. But they kind of need a microtransaction system in order to continue to fund free DLC, otherwise, you end up with what you did in the old Battlefield games where the player base got split because they had to charge for DLC to make them worth making. So from a business standpoint, it makes a lot of sense to have microtransactions and kind of a loot box type system, or at least, purchasable things. I just think there's a way to do it that doesn't really impact the game all that much. Like, for example, if they'd just done skins for guns in Halo 5, I don't think I'd really care, because at the end of the day, the gun having a goofy looking skin on it doesn't really mean anything. Whereas like the armor in Halo has always been, like I say, a symbol of your like accomplishments essentially. You know, like the people running around with Recon or the katana in Halo 3? Yeah, Halo 3. That was like a symbol of you'd really gone the extra mile, like to unlock the Recon helmet, or you'd earned all those achievements enough to unlock the katana. Like, it was kind of a big deal. And I feel like that's the proper way to do that. But I do feel like there is room for microtransactions as well that just need to be done in a way that doesn't impact the gameplay loop. Which I feel like in the case of Halo, because it already had this predetermined thing of the armor is like your symbol, then taking that away in a sequel just to make money to fund like future DLC content, you know, kind of shitty. I think the whole microtransaction thing also is different when it comes to different content as well. Like, if a game is mainly single-player focused, having DLC that you have to pay for isn't really an issue because it doesn't split the player base in any way because, you know, it's a single-player game, right? Or even, like, co-op games like, I don't know, Saints Row, or if they did bring out expansion packs or whatever for Halo that added, like, extra missions, wouldn't really be an issue, right? And that then, you know, as I said, allows the funding of those projects and allows them to actually produce those things and keep entertaining people with them without really having the need for microtransactions. Whereas like a multiplayer game kind of needs to have some way to continue the funding of a project. Either the expansions have to be, you know, paid for, like old map packs in Modern Warfare 2 or expansion pack things to Battlefield and stuff. Or they need to have some form of microtransaction system. And I'm not really sure on like what DLC was provided for Halo 5 because I didn't play it, I didn't get an Xbox One. So I can't really speak to the exact like necessary, like how necessary that microtransaction system was or how beneficial it was in any way to the development of the project. I feel like taking armor away as like an accomplishment thing and making it just a part of basically just you have more money so you get to look cooler is kind of, I feel like that's what Halo's about, you know? Turn it down a little bit more. So yeah, stream-wise today, we're just going to be cleaning this place up a little bit. I'm not sure how many... Oh, actually this will be the last day of doing stuff for Stormwind, so we're at least going to get one mount today. I'm not actually sure how many seals I've got. I haven't really been playing... Oh, 10, cool. Yeah, haven't really been playing... Like I said in the last stream, I haven't really been playing WoW off stream now. I kind of just keep it as my stream game. I think I came on for a couple days and did the like Valiant seals and stuff. Just because it's kind of a long-winded process getting through all of these. It's like 5 days per faction. So by kind of doing them off stream, it kind of moves us towards always having at least one on like a Thursday or Friday to go through. So we're always getting some sort of mount progress like recorded on stream. But apart from that, we're gonna go do a whole bunch of raids because I think I barely ran like half my raids last week. I don't think I ran Dragon Soul at all. And there's like 3 different mounts of Dragon Soul I still don't have, so... Am I finished up here? Okay, cool. And it's Winter's Edge, so this way. But yeah, I only ran like half my dungeons last week, so that's something I need to work on. Half the raids, sorry. I actually don't have my like spreadsheet of stuff open that I used to have. It told me which raids and like the fastest order to move through them on. I think we still have everything here, so I'm gonna go fly down, finish up this quest. Probably run Uthgard, and then flight path back up to Storm Peaks, run Ulduar, flight path. Well, actually, I'll probably just fly straight over to Ice Crown, and then we're done in Wrath, and then we've got all of Kalimdor to do. And there's Karazhan down here. Still haven't got either version of Midnight, which is kind of disappointing. I was watching one of Asmongold's mount competition things when I started a new character. I might show that off at some point on the stream as well. Yeah, I was just watching that like passively in the background. And I was like, first 10 minutes going really good. I've got all of these mounts. I could easily get into this competition, and then he just pulls out Midnight, and it's like, okay. 10 minutes in, yep, not going any further than this. Then I think every mount after that I also didn't have. So I'm still very behind in terms of, like, mount collecting. My map is really freaking out for some reason. I actually don't think it'll take me that long to catch up. Like, going at this rate, anyway. We're on 169 mounts over there. I can't remember which the last mount was that I got now. So I have more pieces for this set, apparently. More pieces for a set, apparently. I don't know which one. I think... Might have been the Ram? I think I got that on stream. Oh yeah, I definitely got that one on stream, and then I also got the Mechna Strider thing. Last stream, the Gnomeregan stuff, so all of Lich King Gnomeregan stuff done. Saving up for the Ironforge Ram. I think first, if I hit it first anyway, like if I hit this up to Exalted before I have enough to buy the Ironforge Ram, I'm gonna do is get the Silver Covenant Hippogriff, because I really like the look of it. I don't know if it'll just come up if I put the silver in. Yes, the white Hippogriff. I think it looks really cool. I don't know how many Hippogriffs there are in the game. I've got the Cenarian one, which is a really nice colour scheme. It's also kind of a little bit muted, whereas there's like the Argent Crusade one, which looks really nice, and then there's the Silver Covenant one. It's got like more bluey, like, I guess silvery tones, but it's kind of more icy. Which I feel fits like the Lich King stuff more. Yeah, Glory of the Legion Hero. That is a nice looking mount, to be fair. Flaming Hippogriff? That's not a Hippogriff. But yeah, I'm gonna be working towards those slowly. Kind of forgot what else got going on here, to be honest. It's been a little bit. Kind of been getting really back into playing Halo again now that Forge is out and the challenge system. I kind of want to play a lot more Halo. I might, depending on how this job thing goes, I might, if we still have like the week to stream, start streaming WoW on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then put Halo in between the two. I'm not actually sure when the reset day is for like the Halo challenges and stuff. That is something I should probably consider if I'm going to start streaming it. Because like right now with WoW, obviously the reset day is Wednesday, so you can kind of center WoW content around that. But streaming on Wednesdays is kind of difficult for me most of the time because I have a lot of people around usually. There's usually a little more noisy in the house and kind of don't want to be like strapped into something basically because I might need to go and help out and stuff just on the fly. Because my dog, Oscar, can be a bit of a pain occasionally, so it's good to be able to just like drop something and go. Like obviously I have my be right back screen and stuff I suppose I could use, but I just don't want to like... I don't want to potentially put other people in like a sticky spot when they don't want to like shout me or whatever because I'm doing stuff. I'd rather just have that like free time and like I was planning to do yesterday, just stream later in the day. Unfortunately, I had something else to do. So yeah, we might actually go a little later today, kind of, to make up for that. But also I'm streaming again tomorrow, hopefully, so... Getting 2 streams, like, back to back anyway. Just depends how my voice holds up, basically. Because weirdly, since I did those, like, first 2 streams back to back and kind of, like, wrecked my voice, I now get, like, feelings of being dehydrated way quicker, which might also be to do with like changing in diet and stuff too. Because I was essentially on like a keto diet for a little while. I think kind of a keto diet that was a bit too like no carbs. So I started to get like super tired like all the time, which is not great because then you don't want to like work out or do anything else because you're so tired. Normally I'd just push through it anyway, but I decided to start adding in some more carbs to try and balance that out a little more. Also increased like... I'm still like sticking under, I think 40 grams of carbs a day anyway. I'll start to add in more like fats and stuff to balance that out because when the body's in ketosis or whatever, it burns fat instead of carbs. Still need to keep the carbs kind of down, and then it kind of offsets with the fat. Which is fine. Yeah, feeling like I kind of need to intake a little more stuff, because I started going for walks before I have my breakfast, basically. It's the old walking route I used to take, which turns out is about 2.5 miles, so doing 2.5 mile walks before breakfast. It's actually kind of good, not gonna lie. Like, yeah, you feel super tired when I get back, and generally because I haven't been walking, I've just been, you know, sat on my ass playing WoW most of the time. Coming back super sweaty and kind of worn out, and my feet are, like... I don't think my feet have blistered like this since I was in Germany and just walking around every day. But I'm just kind of pushing through it and keep doing it. Because it is making me feel good, and it's kind of... I feel like it sets up my day a lot better than what was before, where I'd literally just kind of try and force myself to get on with stuff, whereas now I have like a structured thing, kind of like, you know, what I was saying in the early streams of like setting up with WoW, basically. But now it's the thing of I need to be up as early as possible to then be able to go on my walk so it's not interfering with anyone else's day, but that also means that I'm like up and ready and dressed and like cleaned and everything ready to go on my walk. It's kind of setting off my day a lot better than, you know, going on a walk gets your blood pumping. By the time you get back, you're ready to like just get in and do other stuff. It's definitely been helping. It's something I want to continue to do. I'm kind of hoping if anything happens with this job that I can still work kind of remote for a while at least. Because it'd be really nice to be able to just, you know, start a working day by going for a walk, come back, you know, have my protein porridge, basically. And then just get on with, like, 3D modeling would be amazing.
Congratulations.
That would actually be like a really good like weekly rotation of stuff, basically, because I'm getting my like good exit in the morning, get everything going, feeling good, and getting straight into like working on something without having to kind of push myself to do it. Like, something I've kind of struggled with since like uni ending was like pushing to do projects and stuff. When there was a strict deadline on a project, I would kind of smash it out. Like, I did a game jam thing over Christmas for the Yogscast. It was like 48 hours to make an entire game. I did that solo, created all the assets, created the environment, created all the coding, even created all the sound effects apart from the music from scratch in 48 hours. I just smashed it out, right? Like, super motivated, and just flew through it, whereas kind of just personal projects and stuff, I get really stuck into them to begin with, and then that, like, incentive kind of wanes over time, whereas, like, having an actual set deadline means that things, I, like, really hit things and that motivation doesn't go away. The only thing I've noticed that I kind of don't have that issue with is, like, exercising and stuff currently. Because I can kind of just see that progress on myself constantly. Or I can go and stand on a scale and see that I've lost, like, you know, 2 pounds or whatever. You can literally visually see that progress happening. Like, you can look at your arms and see that your muscles are bigger. You can stand weights and see the weight's gone down. You see your stomach's getting better or whatever, right? I think that helps a lot with that. And also, kind of, we've been advised recently with everything going on in the world to get healthier anyway, in order to help fight diseases and viruses that are spreading. Because the healthier you are, the more chance you've got of, like, fighting that thing off. Whatever it may be. And we've already been warned by scientists that the thing we're dealing with now probably won't be the last virus that we have to deal with. Like, there will be more coming. As there always are, like, if you look back through history, right? There's always some new, like, plague or infection or virus or whatever that spreads. And sometimes we're lucky and it gets contained within, like, a specific environment. That doesn't mean that thing's gone away, it just means one specific area has to deal with it rather than the rest of the world. Which, from like a numbers game overall, sure is better, but I feel like countries also need to lend a helping hand to those countries no matter where they are or who they are. Because helping contain and treat whatever the infection may be at the time is going to be better for everyone. It's like when the, I think it was Ebola, was that a couple years ago or a year ago now? I can't remember. But that came out, and that was like a big, scary new virus, and it was kind of contained, and everyone kept sending their doctors and stuff over to help. Well, doctors kept going over there to help. I feel like that needs to be kind of the thing everywhere, constantly, no matter what it is. I feel something like this coronavirus could have been probably better contained if people were alerted to it earlier and it was, you know, taken seriously. And not just disregarded as another, like, flu, basically. Because it definitely ain't. Looking at the, looking at all the evidence coming out of hospitals and everything else. It's not a good time. So yeah, getting fit is kind of an important thing. So it does make me feel better, like, making an effort to do that, I guess. It also definitely helps with the motivation thing of the fitter you are, the more chance you got of surviving things. Which I suppose has always been a thing, it's just this big, you know, potentially life-threatening thing just coming out of nowhere and wiping out thousands of people. Is kind of, you know, a wake-up call, really. To actually make an effort and get better. I mean, it's definitely going to be a long road, right? Like, you don't just get fit instantly, it takes time and effort. I'm just hoping by, you know, the time we reach Christmas, I will probably be pretty good. I feel like going at the rate I am currently, I feel like that will be the case, as long as I stick to it and don't, like, drop out of it at any point. To be fair, I would have probably lost my intended weight by then. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd started, like, looking at bulking by that point, to be honest. Because currently I'm only wanting to lose, like, a stone and a half, maybe. Maybe a bit more. Just to get me back into, like, healthy range in terms of weight. And then after that it comes into, you know, like, making sure my cardiovascular system is working as well as it should be, which is, you know, kind of what these walks are for every morning. And also helping to lose weight in the first place. Once I know those two things are, like, in check, then I can start looking at kind of sculpting, I guess, and building on what I've got at that point. Because, like, seeing the progress I've made so far on my arms, like, not even bulking, just with the calorie intake I'm on now, which is like a deficit, essentially, to lose weight. Even with that, like, the progress I made on my arms makes me really happy and really, like, proud to be myself, weirdly, which I haven't felt in a while. So it's nice to be able to look at myself and be happy about that. I'm kind of looking forward to have, like, lost the weight I want to lose and then start to really make a push on that front. I just realized I never changed the title of the stream. I've just been going off on one and just started streaming. Yeah, I think I mentioned switching from, like, or kind of coming off of keto a little bit. Kind of moving more towards, I can't remember the name of it now, like a flexible diet, essentially. Which is much easier to manage for a start. Because it means you can't just eat anything, but you kind of just have to keep things in a balance. And you're given, like, a recommended balance based on your, you know, weight and your goals and everything else. You can kind of figure out, based on that, what you need to intake daily. Like, obviously you can put in your, like, regular breakfast thing, and then you can figure out whatever you're having for the last meal of the day, and you can work out what you need in between. To help balance things out, make sure you're having the correct amount of protein and carbs and fat.
Be careful. See you around. You need something? See you later.
Ugh. Right. Let's go do this champion fight. Now we're all up to date on the getting buff information. Did I make any sales in the auction house? Oh damn, I made a lot of sales at the auction house apparently. All small amounts though, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I'll take a whole bunch of small amounts. Small amounts add up. Nice. I guess I'll do it on the Stormwind. Stormwind Steed. We don't have a lance equipped. Yeah, this really dumb horse that's wearing tights for some reason. Not a fan of this armor design. I like this one. Like that, the Argent horse looks fucking badass. This one looks real dumb. Just really don't like it. I'm pretty sure it's the mount I get from this as well. So that's just gonna sit in the catalogue and never be used ever. I don't really mind the lower leg armor, actually, looking at it. It's the upper leg armor. I just don't see how that works. I feel like that would be incredibly uncomfortable for the horse. I don't imagine wearing a dress is particularly comfortable for a horse, but it's at least got room to move its legs properly. Oh, what a song to start this on. Really hoping this is, like, hearable. Damn, that fight was faster than I expected. I guess I'm getting kind of good at this jousting thing where you just spin around in circles throwing lances. I can't imagine how much of a pain in the ass this must have been to do, like when it was current content. Like having to constantly shield block and feed your horse and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's probably really interesting. Actually quite entertaining to do, but I imagine it's also a bit irritating too. Because it's a lot of stuff to manage. Just for things that you have to do in like a constant rotation is like daily content, essentially. Boom. Exalted Champion of Stormwind. Come on, let's see this dumb horse. There it is. Oh, that's even more dumb. You can get the Argent Hippogriff. Can you buy the Argent Hippogriff from any of them? Or is it just the Stormwind one? Yeah. What? Okay. Thought I'd, you know, have to buy that from the Argent Crusade guy. I also have like 8 of those. Did I not unlock any of my ones from the previous day? Oh, I just spent all my auction house money on this dumb horse that I don't like. There it is. One more mount on the checklist at least. Down 170. I'm gonna hop on the flight path over to Ulduar. Be really nice if we can get a drop from Ulduar today. Because then I only have to go to Ice Crown every week, rather than all over Lich King constantly. Right, I'm just going to use this opportunity to go for a quick break. I'll be back in a minute. guess we'll start the the TV discussion section of the stream. Because I kind of want to talk about TV shows and stuff. Because I'm really struggling to find, like, any good just TV shows to have on in the background while doing stuff now. I did say I would, I'd start watching Avatar: The Last Airbender again, if you're out there, Kyle. And I do intend to do that, but I've been getting really interested in, I don't know what to call them, kind of like period drama type things, but like good ones that actually have an interesting premise. Or that have an interesting saying. I've always kind of had an interest in that sort of type of media, like kind of exploring the past through the lens of like a drama. You know, supposedly a more simple time, but shown to be more complex and whatever, right? I find that really interesting, because I've always been, like, a big fan of history stuff anyway, like learning about the past I find really cool. Probably why I enjoy games that have a lot of lore and stuff behind them, that you can learn about them and explore that world. It's kind of the same thing, but it's, you know, fantasy rather than based on reality. So I've been really enjoying, started with Black Sails, got recommended that by Moggs. Really enjoyed that, watched that basically all the way through, finished it in like less than a week pretty much, the entire thing. It's like 4 or 5 seasons long or something like that. Finished all of that. And I was just trying after that to find anything even remotely similar that I could enjoy. Ended up starting to rewatch Ripper Street again, which I guess I should explain what these things are. Black Sails is it's a prequel to Treasure Island, I think, so it's all about pirates and Captain Flint, Long John Silver, Blackbeard, all those bunch. Eh? Jack Rackham. It's really cool, really interesting. And then I started watching Ripper Street, like I said, which is, in case you couldn't guess, first season kind of centers around Jack the Ripper. It's all about the London police trying to figure that out, and then kind of expands to focusing more on them as people and characters after that. And I think eventually moves on to a different, like, serial killer for the last couple seasons. That's really good, that's really interesting. And then I found, well, I didn't find, I knew about it ages ago, I saw a trailer for it and was kind of, I don't know whether it looked good or not, but the Carnival Row thing on Amazon Prime, finally gave that a go. That's actually really fun. Like, that whole universe that they've created for that, I don't know if it's based on a book, it seems like it's based on a book. It's, it seems very familiar to some other fiction that I've heard some people talk about. Where, you know, it focuses very heavily around fae and fairies and all that stuff. It seems to be mostly based on, like, the Irish mythology and stuff. Which is obviously where fae come from, and kobolds and all that stuff. And also something we'll be exploring in Shadowlands, which is a nice little tie. That's really cool. That's kind of like Ripper Street if it was a fantasy show, basically. Like, it's the same sort of era of London police, only it's not London, it's the Burg or something. And then they give what is essentially Ireland some weird name that I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, that's really cool. I'd like to see more stuff kind of like that now. Oh, damn. What was that? Oh, damn. Oh, it's a dagger. I thought that was a sword. I was gonna... That was... Looks so cool, and then it's... Nope. Because I got that one from, whatever his face. The guy in here. The, like, Constellation dude. Who I haven't actually fought against in a while, because I've just sort of sped through most of the time. What I mean, yeah, I'm still holding on to that. From people who watched in the previous stream of the Firelands stuff. Where I was trying to get the last piece of the heroic set I need, which is the, like, wristbands. and I got nothing on either of my runs of the Firelands on this character, and then went on the Demon Hunter and got the wristbands like 3 or 4 times. It was ridiculous. That guy freezing me in place? I don't think I've ever fought these guys apart from the bottom of the stairs before. But yeah, still holding on to that, hoping to get the last piece of that today, I guess. Although I don't know if I want to run Firelands on stream, because it kind of feels like I'm just retreading the same stuff. But I guess I should, really. It's a book. That's kind of a cool looking book, though. I don't think I've used an offhand on any character yet, though. Like, I don't even think the mages use them now, do they? Don't they just use the staff? Just a two-handed thing? I guess you can use wand and a offhand or whatever. Might have to try that out. I haven't actually played mage in current WoW since last year, and I don't remember anything from my playtime playing it. I'm pretty sure I was doing some like weird challenge on it where I had to like get all of my gear or whatever from like drops or something. I was just trying to like spice up the WoW gameplay a little when you're leveling. So I'm pretty sure she has like terrible gear and basically never made it out of Elwyn Forest, but I don't know. I seem to remember not particularly liking the whole like super long cast times to do anything gameplay. I feel like I'm definitely more of like a melee class player or like, you know, hunter where you can just shoot things. You're not really waiting around too much. What the fuck? So that owlbear dancing inside the thing. Getting loads of drops today. Oh damn, that is a cool bow as well. I've got the gold variant too. I mean, if that was a little more golden, that would actually go really well with this, like, this transmog, weirdly. Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier as well, started a new character. I started a Worgen Hunter. Because I kind of wanted to try out Survival Hunter, but from like the start of the game, not just, you know, switching to it now and then having to try and learn all the buttons and stuff. I felt like it would be more beneficial to learn everything from the ground up. Oh, is this going to bug out a whole bunch? I forgot the order you have to kill these in to like make this work. We done? Ah, cool. But yeah, I also wanted to make a Skinner and a Leatherworker on Alliance after I saw how much money you can make as a Leatherworker from playing on my Demon Hunter that's also a Leatherworker. Because I foolishly thought you might be able to, you know, trade gold between factions because you own those characters. But no, apparently you can't do that, so my Demon Hunter's now kind of got a pointless profession that I will probably never use on her. So I need to level up a Worgen so I can actually skin a whole bunch, because they get, I think, benefits to skinning. I think like +5 to basic skinning. I think they also can use their like claws to skin, so they don't need a skinning knife or something like that. Which is just nice, means I can have an extra inventory slot for collecting more leather. And all I'm kind of missing is a tailor, but I've got a tailor on my druid now. I just need to actually level up my druid. So once my druid's leveled up, then I can make bags for all my alts and stuff without having to auction house everything. Damn. run through some shit, huh, Thor? Yeah, turns out Survival Hunter is actually quite fun. The gameplay is very entertaining. Like it feels good. I'm not sure how good like DPS wise it is, but in terms of your like gameplay loop, it's really fun. Kyle pointed out it kind of sounds like Doom because you are just like grapple hooking onto people, flying around, and just like shooting them with crossbows and stuff, and then just beating them with a giant spear. It's kind of fun. Might play some of that on stream at some point, kind of level that up. I also still need to finish leveling my warrior. That's kind of the priority. I don't know as I'll level the warrior on stream, but that is something I'm going to do today. I want to get that finished, thinking about it. So I just don't have to think about it anymore. Because basically as soon as it's hit 120, I should just be able to go and like kind of smash through content and get a whole bunch of like really quick gear that's good for him. Obviously I can't use the time walking thing now because that's over, that I used to like gear up my demon hunter really fast, but can also just, you know, like farm heroic dungeons and BFA. That's a good one. I think that gives you like 415, maybe 420. It's pretty good item level gear. Like the item level gear you get from heroic dungeons when you're at 120 is better than the loot you get from running raids on LFR. Obviously your like heroic mythic difficulty raids and stuff are always going to give you better gear. Considering, like I said before, guild's kind of inactive. Can't really use that to get gear, so instead kind of just have to focus on the ways that are easy to acquire. I also need to actually get my alts into the guild. I need to speak to someone about getting invites and stuff because there's no guild postings from the guild at the minute because obviously everyone's inactive, so they're not really actively recruiting anybody. So that's something I need to figure out doing. Getting my my warrior and my other hunter in the guild, I think. I do want to continue playing my druid, but at the same time I just don't really feel like playing it. It's this weird thing. Where it's like, I know it's a really good healer, and it means I can play that thing I used to play back in the day, but I don't know. It's just healing is... I don't feel like I could stream and heal at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, it requires a lot more attention. And a lot more effort than, like, DPSing, where it's basically just... At the end of the day, DPS classes come down to pressing, like, 3 or 4 buttons in a loop. And you just have to be aware of when your things come off cooldown. Like, with Hunter, it's super simple. Warrior, it's slightly more complicated, because you're, like, you have things that proc off of other things. Demon Hunter is super simple as well, but you've got to like constantly pay attention to how many enemies you're fighting in order to stay alive, which I find really interesting. I still want to try out Death Knight, but I haven't unlocked my Mechanome to try it yet. I do have a Tauren Death Knight. I could just switch specs on that and try that out, I guess, but kinda just want to focus on my Alliance side stuff. Kinda glad Shadowlands is moving away from like the faction-specific content. It does mean you need like 4 characters in order to actually fully participate, yeah, sure, but I'm glad it's not just like Horde and Alliance and you can't send anything between your things. Because if it comes down to it, I need a crapload of gold on my warrior or whatever, I can just send gold from my hunter to help him buy extra stuff he needs for his faction thing, right? It's not like if I had a bunch of money on my demon hunter, I then can't use it for anything other than buying mounts, basically, because I can't send it to anybody. in order to use it for like progress or anything. Really irritating. I'm probably gonna need to vendor a whole bunch of stuff for me, get out of here. Really running out of bank space. That's more useful. There we go. Oh, if I click that, it just opens my bag as well. That's nice. Shit. Ancient Gate of the Keepers unlocks. Conservatory. Yeah, those teleportation things are super helpful. Another thing I noticed playing on Worgen is that they are really good for running like other content. If I kitted out my Worgen with basically the same stuff this guy has, like, you know, the speed pets and everything else, the Worgen has like 3 other abilities that increase their movement speed just naturally. Like, it's not just cheetah speed, like you have cheetah speed and then you have like their Worgen specific one. If it's outside, they have their travel form. Like, they've got a bunch of different stuff just to increase movement speed around like old content, which is great. And I think it might be the way might be one of the ways I start running content once we hit like Shadowlands stuff, more than likely. Still really hoping for a Shadowlands beta invite during the next wave, that'd be nice. Really helpful. I can finally figure things out for myself, because obviously you can watch videos of other people like reviewing class changes and everything else, but I don't feel like you truly know until you've played it yourself and figured things out. Because I feel like I've learned more about my class since sort of stopped following guides. Like, it's good to follow a guide to begin with, because you get like the basic idea of what's good for a class, you figure out, you know, your rotations, your like strong abilities that you use, your like builders and your spenders and all that stuff. Yeah, I got that. Pretty sure I had that before. Yeah, you build up all that knowledge by using a guide and like starting out with a class, right? But once you've gotten past that point, I feel like it's more beneficial to kind of just go off and do your own thing than following guides.
Focus your anger and hatred on his minions.
Because at the end of the day, there is always going to be a portion of a guide that is subjective. Because it's that person and their rotation, the way they play that class, that is how they've like built their thing around. So if you play your class differently, using a different set of skills and traits might be more beneficial to your specific playstyle. And whether your specific playstyle is like the most optimal or not, I don't think really matters that much, considering, like I say, I'm not really following a guide anymore, but I'm still coming in like the top 10 of like raids, and usually the top of dungeons that I'm running. Apart from when I come up against like what is it, Warlock and Paladin? I think that they're like stupidly broken ones right now. I've seen a Paladin healer run through and clear an entire dungeon by themselves, like. Everybody talks crap about Paladins. Paladins are goddamn powerhouses. Like, they get the right gear and the right stuff spec'd out on them, they just run through heroic dungeons by themselves and just single-handedly take down everything. Damn it. Nothing. Again. Oh, at least made a bunch of gold. pretty nice upside, to be honest. Could send all these over to... Actually, no, I can't, because they're soulbound. Never mind. I was thinking about sending them over to my druid, but I guess that's my worry. Damn it, all these Azurite pieces that I can't sell. Have I not already collected that appearance? Yeah. Let's see. Get some pants though. Now sell for triple the gold. Is this soulbound? No, bind when equip. Nice. Yeah. Also already haven't been running Mechagon because of, like I say, only been doing stuff while it's on stream. Which is unfortunate because I'm really close to finishing Mechagon and just haven't been doing it. I was hoping to have it done by tomorrow, this week basically, and then just stop doing it. Because, funnily enough, really don't enjoy the Mechagon grind all that much. Like when it's just fly around and collect chests and whatever. Yeah, it's whatever it is. But when it's like complete activities and you've got to go around doing all this crap on the island, it's kind of irritating. Slay enemies is a pretty easy one actually. And 2,000 gold for doing stuff in Drustvar. Also quests to give more gold. Seems like a good time to go over to Drustvar, to be honest. Although I've got 2 days to do that one, so that's fine. Oh, I also need to run Bolt of Archiform. I mean, if it's in our control, I suppose. Kind of a crucial step. Oh, I also didn't pick up a new faction. Darnassus or the Exodar. Probably Darnassus, to be honest. I really don't like the Draenei elephants. I think they look real dumb. I have to do them eventually anyway, but I'd rather unlock the stuff that looks kind of cool first. And also be able to see what the later unlocks look like without just looking them up all the time. To be fair, isn't that hard? It's just that. Such Ice Crown. Yeah, the Argent Warhorse. I really like the look of that. That's the 10-man one that I haven't done. Mograin's Reunion? Is that the one we have to do Shadow Mourn or whatever it is? Oh wow. Yeah, I kinda like the cat. Yeah, I think these look... Actually, you know what? That one is kinda cool. I think they look really dumb, but I kind of like that one. Hopefully we get this in a second. That'd be real nice. Ironforge Ram. Thorn Steed, Swiftmoon Saber. I might actually go Exodar first, looking at it. Kinda like the dumb elephant. Got a cool colour scheme. definitely won't be saving up for the Stormwind horse, that's for sure. And when I'm on 19 again already. That's without running the dungeon all the time. I'm also really close to having that done as well. You get loads of rep for the Silver Covenant all the time. I feel like this is a fitting song for, oh, there we go. Ice cream. Let me be free. Damn it. What a boss to kill. Oh. That's it, come here. Let's save me, please. Oh, there we go. Cool, I need to kill those goddamn tomb spiders. Those tomb spider things are just the worst as well, especially when you fight the room full of them. You have to really blast through them, otherwise they just wrap you up, and that's it. Where did that go? Oh, plate. Damn, this plate shoulders are cool. I really do need to work on getting my warrior up to 120 so I can start doing the, I guess the Blackrock Foundry farm I want to do on him, to get him, like, the really cool transmog set I have in mind. Because I don't know if you've seen the Dark Iron, like, heritage armor, but the armor looks really cool up until the point you look at its helmet, and the helmet looks real dumb. That's a cool staff. There's a little squid boy one here too. I would assume the thingy. The squid one probably comes from Burning Crusade somewhere. Probably one of the Naga bosses. Oh, I just need to put them back on assist and not defense. I always switch my pets over to defensive for some of these bosses, especially the, I used to do it for Yogg-Saron until I realised I could still command my pets from the tentacle. I used to just flick them onto defense so they'd kill the tentacle, and then I'd drop down and be able to do the rest of the fight. Turns out, you can just command the pets from while you're being, like, grabbed and thrown around. Seems really dumb to me, but that's how that works. I'm wondering if that mage is going to follow me all the way through the dungeon, like some of the other ones do. Well, like, you'll have a zombie come running through the walls of Scarlet Monastery when you're in the final boss fight because somebody pulled it right at the start from Res. I can never remember, oh, there it is. I can't remember which side this comes from. I always look over there and then it comes down from this side. Nice. I need to remember not to do this too quickly. I think I did it on stream when I couldn't, like, speak because of wearing my voice out. I did this fight and I did it too quickly and it just resets you back to the landing pad on the ship. Can I loot? I can. Beautiful. Just gotta wait for Muradin. Huh. I weirdly never noticed this just goblin airship just next to the thing this whole time. Weird. Seems like a precarious place to land with just that spinning propeller blade just hovering over almost the deck of the ship. Sure, but
A lone orc against the might of the Alliance? Charge!
I feel like this fight is far more meaningful when you play it on the Horde side. It's, you know, Sourfang talking to his son. Whereas all the RP for this fight usually happens when I'm not here. Remains of a blood beast. Apparently I've got... Oh, that's a full 3 out of 3 right there. Not getting any more of those. I'm gonna have to update the the stream title afterwards, I think. Just rename the stream, because it's a bit late now to be messing around with it. I feel.
Soldiers, fall in! Looks like the Horde are coming to take another shot. The chill of this place freezes the marrow of my bones. I can feel the Lich King reaching out, watching us.
Damn, my wrists are like really fucking aching at the minute.
Don't force me, huh? I don't have a target. We can't let you pass.
I was gonna spend kind of the rest of the day just working on my shoulders for a bit, but I just have to take a rest because my wrist is genuinely killing me. I don't know why it's like aching like this now.
I can't do it. Get back on your ship and we'll spare your life. I need a target.
I do normally have like a rest day on like a Wednesday and a Sunday. But I was looking at swapping it and just having like a rest day on a Sunday. It's been like 6 days, but I guess my my body isn't quite ready for that. I have to give it a little more time to, you know, recover. I'm kind of tempted at some point to try and do all the 10-man stuff for this, so maybe get the gear set as well. I just don't want to like give up a chance to get invincible, so I guess I'm just gonna have to keep running on 25-man until I finish 25, and then I can get invincible and all the gear.
Your son fought with honor. He died a hero's death.
It'd be nice if you could run this on 2 difficulties a week rather than 1. I think I was just skipping those guys last time I did this by using a bind on equip. Oh, it is. Yeah, I think I was skipping those guys previously by just using the escape trap thing, whatever it's called. Escape artist.
Secure the deck and prepare our soldiers for an assault on the upper citadel. I'll send out another regiment from Storm.
The extra gold's nice, to be honest, because, like I say, not playing as much, so making gold kind of slowed down a little bit. No, I am trying to save up at the minute, so I'm not really spending much of it, apart from on like Argent Crusade notes. Mostly because I wanted to save up for the griffin you get from Justvar, I think it is. The like Order of Embers griffin. I really like the look of that. I really like its like gradient on the wings and stuff. I think it looks really pretty. Out of all the griffins in the game, I think it's probably the best looking one. To be fair, I think all the BFA griffins are kind of nice looking. Like, they all have that kind of cool, different coloured gradient thing on their wings. The Order of Embers one's just the coolest looking one. Probably gonna pull a whole bunch of these guys all the way down here. Like, if I just stick my pets on defensive, that solves the issue. Just wait for the door to open. Nice. It's good having the two pets thing as well for that. It means you've always got one on you to like protect you from other stuff coming, and you can have one like running off and killing other things. It's nice. Can't really super well control it, but it's oh fuck! I forgot to change the healing power. Shit. I will also be back in just 1 second. Oh. Oh, Jesus, it's getting real warm in here today. Yeah, I can't change. Ugh, I don't think I can change my Heart of Azeroth power. No, it needs to be in a rest area. Damn it. Means, no loot from the Green Dragon, that's for sure. I do actually really prefer this, the Azerite power I got from Rustbot. I think it's way cooler than the Concentrated Flame thing. I feel like it has way more applications. Doing things, it means I can kind of like AFK doing boss fights and stuff if I really want to. Like when it's in old content anyway. Definitely can't just AFK through current content bosses, but I'm actually curious how well I could solo certain dungeons now, that like BFA dungeons. Considering some like mythic Legion raids are still kind of difficult to do. You can still kind of take a beating doing them on normal if you know, not paying attention to it. But given how much the like item level has changed and how big of a difference like item level it makes, I wonder if I could like just speed through a whole bunch of that backpack I picked up. It is 16 slot bag, damn. So that's my organ. Yeah, I'm wondering how much of a difference it would make. Like, could I actually just solo Battle of Dazzle myself? On, like, a lower difficulty? Obviously, probably can't run it on, like, Mythic and stuff. But, like, the item level from that dungeon on, like, LFR is, like, 375? So I'm, like, massively overgeared for the loot you get from that. Wondering how, like, how much of that I could push through solo. I feel like dungeons I could probably do at this point. I feel like if I put in the effort to get a Worgen all the way up and geared up to the same point my my gnome is, I feel like I could probably make quite a bit of money before BFA ends. Considering you can like skin in some of those instances for a lot of stuff.
Even dying here beats spending another day collecting reagents for that madman Finkelstein.
Our champions have arrived. Support them as we push our way.
Pretty sure one of these guys always just randomly falls over no matter what you do, so that she can res them as an enemy. I won't be surprised if that doesn't happen, it just bugs out. Yeah, one of them's on the floor over there somewhere. There. Captain Arnath.
You brought my reinforcements with you. Arise, Argent champions, and serve the Lich King in death.
Being attacked by vampires currently. There's more of them coming as well. I've got a giant angel to fight vampires. Fuck off.
I'll show you which of us is truly worthy of the title of champion.
Cool.
I'll remain and inform Tyrion of our progress. We must press on and bring down Sindragosa. Loktar, champions!
Yeah, I'm still kind of confused how that's going to work with what they're taking away and what they aren't in Shadowlands.
Done much in
I guess in a way it still just kind of feels weird that they're removing any content at all. I know they do it all the time. They've done it with like every expansion.
That lie ahead, and do try to remain in one piece.
I really kind of hate the idea of them just removing horrific visions. I know from a like lore standpoint, whatever, it makes a whole lot of sense, given the fact that we've killed all the old gods or whatever, right? So their corruption's gone, but we also still have like the original version of the Dark Portal that we can go through to Outland. And we can go and fight Illidan from like 15 years ago, and we can go and fight Arthas, even though he's technically dead in the lore. So why can't we just do horrific visions? Like, we know all the old gods are dead, their corruption's gone. Like, that's the lore, but why can we not still do them? Why does our cloak suddenly stop working? Like, get rid of corruptions, sure. Like, I don't really care about corruptions, I think they're kind of dumb. They're funny to see go off, but from like a gameplay standpoint, still kind of dumb. But I don't see why they need to get rid of horrific visions. I don't see why they need to remove like any content from any expansion ever, to be honest. Like, you can remove certain systems, like I say, the corruption itself, sure, get rid of it, right? But what's the... I don't see why they need to remove horrific visions, like, at all. Like, from a lore standpoint, sure, but like I say, there's a whole bunch of people who are dead in the lore, not just the old gods, and we can still go and fight them. Including some of the old gods, actually, funny enough. Because they'll all be raids forever, right? We can still go and fight Cthulhu, we can still go and fight Yogg-Saron. And we can still go and fight N'Zoth. So, what? Like, I don't know, to me that just doesn't make any sense. Why can we not still do horrific visions? Like, their own reasoning for removing it is proven wrong by other mechanics that are still in the game. If they want to remove horrific visions because it says so in the lore, then technically they also have to remove all these old raids, because all these characters are dead in the lore too. I really don't want them to remove all these old raids because I quite like doing them and like earning rewards for all them and stuff, and I think some of the sets are really cool. The mounts, but the logic is there, right? They don't want to leave horrific visions in the game because of lore reasons, but they don't want to get rid of raids who are technically old content and no longer relevant, and we've already beat all these guys, so why does it matter in like the game anymore? I don't know, it just seems dumb, especially considering there are awards tied to it, like things like the mailman shirt, or the backpack, right? Like, there are things you can only get from horrific visions. And then they're getting rid of them. And then also something I didn't see in the post about it was what happens to Thingy. What happens to assaults? I think I mentioned it last stream. Like, there's 6 or 7 mounts in the assaults. And then there's all the war fronts. Are war fronts going away? Because technically Battle for Azeroth is over. If we're getting rid of assaults and horrific visions, then surely war fronts are going too, right? Because those areas of the world are no longer going to be, you know, in a state of war. Oh, I probably should have sold items. Oh. Actually, I can do it after Lich King is only going to drop like 6-7 things, probably. I don't know, they're just... Blizzard seems to do this weird thing of removing content from the game that they don't need to remove. I'm sure there's going to be plenty to do in Shadowlands and probably make me forget about it all eventually anyway, but I don't know. It just seems dumb, and I already haven't done enough horrific visions to get Male Muncher. And if I don't do it early enough, I'm going to lose out on a chance to get a mount as well, which kind of sucks. But I also don't think I'll do horrific visions on stream because I still don't really understand them. Like, I think my cloak's like level 6 or 7 or something like that. I've not really done many. Yeah, I still just don't really 100% understand them, the whole mask thing, and like... Is there anything that increases drop rate for things like Male Muncher, or, you know? I just don't 100% understand them. I feel like I don't really have the time to learn how to understand them before they get removed at this point, so I don't know if there's any point in learning how to understand them. Yeah, where do we go from here? I think we're gonna go run Eastern Kingdom stuff. Kinda wanna do that. I don't really feel like running Firelands or Dragon Soul on stream. Like, Dragon Soul is kinda just a pain in the ass. Like, I kind of like it from like a gameplay standpoint because it's something different. It's not just, oh, go kill a boss. It's kinda like the dragon fight in this one where you have to heal it to win, but like Dragon Soul has its own mechanics and stuff, and you have to build up the exploding elementals and blow off his armor plates and stuff. Which I like it, but constantly having to run it is making it just feel kind of irritating. It's the same as like Siege of Orgrimmar. Has a whole bunch of really cool stuff, but the raid is like super long and can bug out at so many different levels because of like soloing content, because of how quick you are at killing things. That is also just another pain in the ass, and it's a super long raid, like I said, so it makes me not want to do that either. Whereas like all the Lich King stuff is kind of straightforward. Like, it has some different mechanics for different things. Like, you have to kill those things in Thorum's arena in the correct order in order to like progress to the next part to kill him. And like the dragon, you have to heal rather than just fighting things. That's cool too, but it doesn't get in the way of just running through stuff basically. I feel like. Come on, Tyrion, you're really taking your time here, buddy. Like I said, might be going for a bit longer. I'm kind of trying to give my my voice a bit of a break just during these like cinematic-y parts because, like I said, throat's still kind of rough. Oh damn it! What did we get? Oh, it's that thing that summons a wicked soul. Fucking deleted. Yeah, gotta go sell everything, then Vault of Archivon, maybe? Do Vault of Archivon and then, probably Dalaran half out of here. I've got all these seals in here, I can't use them for anything. Beautiful. Probably could make more money using those to turn into items and then selling the items. But I will. Got that one. Cloth stuff. Go. Cool, and everything else is auction house or mailbox. There we go. Jesus. That's a classic bag, apparently. We'll drop classic bag. Nice. How much gold did I make this session? 2,000. Just running these, like, old raids. Yeah. 2,500 gold. Making 1,500 per hour. Nice. I'm just hoping that demon hunter doesn't follow me, because that will be a horrible way to fall to my death, being chased by a demon hunter. Also, hoping this is Alliance controlled, not Horde controlled, because that would suck. I'm pretty sure this is like a no-fly zone over here or whatever, isn't it? Come on, Alliance. Beautiful. No, I get the warning message this time, I guess I don't fly over it. Yeah, there's like a no-fly zone over some parts of this where you just get shot down if you wait too long. It's kind of a fun mechanic. I don't think this has a heroic version, does it? Just 25 or 10. I think it was on my Demon Hunter I did the Earth, Wind and Fire achievement for this, where you just pull all of them. Because none of them lose aggro, so you can just run into the first guy's room, aggro, and pull into that guy, and then pull into that guy, and then that guy. And then just AoE all of them with the Demon Hunter's like I-beam and stuff. Actually kind of fun and efficient, though, yeah. Final boss of each Battle for Azeroth dungeon will drop an extra item. Ooh. Be good for gearing up my my dwarf. I think the issue with going longer than normal might be that the soundtrack is only like 2 hours long. I'll have to find more music. I'm also pretty sure we're like almost at the end of the soundtrack, although my Google Chrome doesn't want to work or cooperate with me to tell me. Good joke, cool. I'm not actually sure what refreshes my cheater speed as much as it does, but seemingly doing this dungeon, every boss is like a full reset of my cheater speed. Which is really nice, because it means I can just speed to the next one. Come on. Yeah, seemingly killing the boss just gives me like a full reset. I wonder if it does that for all your powers, it's just like a cooldown reset for killing the bosses in here. Be nice. I can shoot fireworks at them. It'd be nice if this had a thing. Like you get different firework attachments for it or whatever. But it does shoot different fireworks, but it's like randomized. Oh! Oh! Look at it! That's it! Never have to come here again. Never have to get flagged for PvP. God damn. Finally got a raid drop on stream as well. So happy with that. Also comes with an achievement. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna go get midnight. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go hop out here and we're gonna go get midnight. I'm gonna Dalaran Hearth from this back room and I wonder if it'll just reset my oh, my PvP thing is gone from being in here actually. I was gonna say if we got a second one. Jesus. No, my guildies just said thanks. We got the War Mammoth achievement. Yeah, let's hop on out of here and go get midnight. Both of them. Damn, 2 mounts, 1 stream? That's only a record. It's a shame the first one happened to be a dumbass horse. I was gonna go longer. I kind of want to, but I feel like I'm just gonna run Eastern Kingdoms and leave it there because I really don't know if I can be asked to go and run like Firelands and Dragon Soul and everything in Kalimdor. I might go do Onyxia. Onyxia is easy. Doesn't require a whole lot of effort. It's just jump over a ledge, run down a cave tunnel. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I love going to Dalaran and you just disappear when you summon your mount. There we go. The other vendor, please. Thank you, game. I guess I could just probably stick everything in a mailbox and actually, while I'm here, I'm just gonna... There we go. Actually, I'll do that off stream, you know? Sending a whole bunch of mail. I do kind of want to, oh. I want to do Rust Bolt too, but we'll see. I'm completely out of water now, so I might just have to take a break and like go do Rust Bolt afterwards. Or I might just do Rust Bolt off stream and start tomorrow's stream with Rust Bolt as well, because then I can just end where I am in Rust Bolt. And then we can go and run thingy from there. Argent Crusade. Oh, this can fly? This can fly? What? Okay. Sure. The crystal cats can fly? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but sure. Magic crystal cat? Sure. Why not? It actually looks kind of cool. It's like it's running on the air. Nice effect. For a minute there, I was kind of expecting it to have wings, kind of like Hearthsteed does. Like the blue ones. That'd been cool. Like the same color as the extra little gems that it has on it. I'm just hoping this map is mostly accurate, so I actually fly in the correct direction. Can I flip it? There we go. Yeah, kind of like these like bluey crystal bits. It'd be cool if those like became wings on the side or something. That'd have been a cool flying animation for it. According to my map, it's... Oh, there it is, Karazhan. I can see the little dome over the hills. Yeah, go on classic Karazhan first, gets really easy, and then mythic Karazhan, because it's more of a pain in the ass to get to midnight in that one. It'd be nice if it just remembered that you picked up the keys previously. I need to test if it does, actually. I assume it doesn't, just because that would be helpful, and, you know, it's not going to do that, is it? It's going to make me have to go the long way around all the time. Pretty sure there's no difficulty options for original Karazhan because Burning Crusade. I think Burning Crusade was the first one to have a heroic raid, maybe? That was, whatever his face. Yes. Nope, wrong buttons. Tumen. Okay, you can drop them out. Nice. Yeah, I don't remember his name, Kel'Thuzad? The Eye, I'm pretty sure, is the, like, first heroic raid. In BC, anyway. Hey, one of my guildies finally finished his, 7th Legion rep grind. Oh, okay. Ugh. Do I have that crossbow appearance already? Damn it. Can't happen that be something new too. New. Fortunately not. Oh, boys on defensive for a minute, there we go. Oh, reputation with the Violet Eye increased by doing stuff here. Interesting. Another potential rep that I could farm for. Quite easily. That's a dumb looking night elf. Yeah. This dungeon over here. Mythic, I believe. Yeah, I'll see if I can just open the doors, because I picked up the keys previously, but I'm just gonna guess I can't. But the servants' quarters down this way, isn't it? There's the guest chamber. This one. Requires a set of rusted keys. Yes, those things I picked up like 2 weeks ago or whatever. Nope. Never remember which side has the, like, way down. I think it's this way, isn't it? Yes. Seems to always be the longest direction it can go in. Oh, I should have waited to pull these guys. Target one then. Jesus. I always forget that when I switch between playing melee and ranged classes. The, like, auto-targeting is only on melee classes. Ranged classes have to constantly, like, retarget themselves. Whereas melee classes can kind of just spam their abilities. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, the purification protocol is useful for this, because I can kind of just pull them all and then just drop the beam down on them. In fact, I could even start this while then just do that. Cool. Are you ready, bombs?
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome you to this evening's feature presentation.
Hold on a second.
A tale
How much gold do these guys drop? That one dude dropped 10 gold.
if beauty is more than skin deep.
Sure, you can only run this place once, but if on average they dropped 10, that'd be pretty good.
Or will a ghastly curse claim the lives of the prince and his servants? See for yourself whether the rose of passion blooms beneath a beastly veneer. And now, on with the show.
Come on.
Luminor, Mrs. Corbin, Alice, let us disperse with these interlopers.
Guess I'm sleeping in.
I'm hoping this one doesn't just break like the other one if you kill stuff too quickly. The Westfall story, I think, is the one that breaks. This one's eating the beast, isn't it?
No, your dinner's together. Those owls behind them. Oh, Brute, I love you. Who are you?
I think there's also Lion Witch and... No, not Lion. It's Wizard of Oz, isn't it, the other one?
To our happily ever after.
Oh, well, that's a lot less gold. That's not worth doing. Yep, just speeding on through this one. I wonder if I can literally just pull all of these guys all the way to, all the way to midnight. Oh, I think they're starting to slow me now, aren't they? Pop that as well. Oh, fuck it, let's just bring the whole band, you know? No. Apparently not, I'm being just stun-locked now. This was a bad idea! Huh. Do you mind? There we go, that's better. That is an effective strategy, but it doesn't seem to work when you're just being stun-locked. Also now means all my stuff is on cooldown and we've got to go through the spider's nest place. Sucks. Yeah, doing this on a Demon Hunter is much faster. Just dash over all these, like, webs and stuff. Just barely aggro anything. Yeah, like, cash isn't understood. That's unfortunate. I liked having a chest of rewards every time I did one of these. Boom. Come on. Fuck's sake. A helmet of scars. Actually, I don't remember where the nearest, like, point of access would be to get to it next year. I guess just flying from, Silithus, probably. Yeah, Silithus and then just fly over the mountains, I think, isn't it? Not quite as long as some of the other ones. Still get fucking emails about Terra. I remember quite enjoying that game during beta, and then I played it again more recently and just did not like it at all. Just could not get along with it. Not entirely sure why, really. I would like to see WoW adopt some ideas from other MMOs, though. I mean, they adopt ideas from literally everything, so it's not like it would be something that new for them to do. But I think it'd be really cool to have, kind of like Neverwinter has its dungeon builder. Kind of something similar in WoW would be cool. Maybe it'd be something they could do with Torghast, to be fair, allowing people to kind of build their own dungeons within that setup, as long as there are, like, certain requirements to it, obviously. Because otherwise people would, you know, people would find a way to cheese it and just exploit it for loot and gold and stuff. Maybe just limit it to, like, specific things that you can get from, like, player-made Torghast runs or whatever, but I think that'd be cool. Kind of allowing them to just play around with the tile sets and different bosses and enemy positions and stuff. I think you could do some really interesting things with that. I do think the idea of, like, player-made dungeons was a really cool and unique concept, and it's a shame more MMOs haven't picked it up, because I'd like to see more stuff like that. Because it kind of allows for more player expression through other means within the game. And if the reward is kind of limited to just, like, XP, at the end of the day it's not really affecting anything. Other than, like, leveling up characters, but most MMO content is endgame stuff anyway, so you really have to be max rank to get access to it. But it's not like players making some slightly broken dungeons that maybe give you a bit of XP is that big of an issue. If there's a way to, like, create XP farms and stuff, then yeah, there'd be a problem. But if there's just, like, kind of like, currently right now in WoW, you have, like, the Raid Finder XP. It's not going to show me because I'm max rank. But, like, when you do random dungeons, you get, like, 40,000 XP or whatever for every time you do it, right? Basically just apply the same logic to, like, the custom ones. So every custom dungeon you do, you get, like, 10,000 XP. Maybe change it based on the, length or certain requirements to increase it. There's still ways to exploit that system. Obviously, people did the same thing with, like, the Rockstar XP system in GTA, right? You get specific races that were set to specific sizes in order to, like, farm XP. I think there's one on the, like, the horse racetrack or something in GTA, where basically they just put down loads of markers all the way around it, they were just like a slight bit ahead of the other one. Because it was such a tight little space, but it basically added up to being like miles worth of road that you were driving, despite it being literally just a loop. Which was a really smart way of doing it. I feel like there are other ways to sort of limit that, farming, essentially, of XP and stuff, and still have player-created dungeons. Like, for example, putting enemies into different like categories. So you have like really strong enemies, you have weaker sort of like trash pack stuff, and basically like kind of like in current WoW, like the trash pack stuff isn't really worth XP in comparison to the bigger stuff. Basically, just doing that overall. So basically, the more like trash and really easy stuff to kill there is within a player-created dungeon, the less XP you get out of it at the end. But the more bigger stuff there is, the more bosses there are, the more XP you get at the end. Kind of have that be the only factor that, well, not the only factor, but then you could also factor in like the length of the dungeon, the time it takes a player to complete it. Also like the complexity of it, like, might be a bit difficult to measure in terms of just numerical values. Might require some level of like authentication, essentially, like, you know, checks being done on them. Which, to be fair, would be a good idea. Basically have player-created dungeons that give you no XP, but then have like curated ones that give you XP, but they're still player-created ones, and just have basically someone that goes through and checks them and is like, yeah, this is a dungeon. It isn't just you walk in a straight line and press one button and instantly kill everything, like running old content, right? Still has some complexity and some challenge to it, and then you can earn XP from doing it. Oh, damn it. I feel like in a roundabout way that would also just create more content for Blizzard and mean that rather than just them creating, let's look at BFA, right? You've got, what, Brain? Like 11 dungeons. And then Legion had, well, more. Wall of Journal had a lot less. Miss Pandaria only had 9. Like, rather than just having, like, between 8 and 15 dungeons in an expansion, you instead have, like, 50, like, curated ones, or hundreds of curated ones, eventually. By just giving players, like, basic tile sets. Like, at the end of the day, this is Ragefire Chasm, isn't it? This is the same assets, it's the same tile set that was used to build it. But it's a completely different raid. So basically just giving players those tile sets and those tools to build with, and just letting them kind of run free and just build whatever they want would create them far more content as long as it was curated by somebody. Then it at least means the content is, you know, user-friendly enough, it's official content at that point. Usable, it's not just a cheese thing to farm XP or whatever. Anyway, I feel like that was a good random rant to end the stream on. We have done all of Wrath and also most of Eastern Kingdoms. I think I'm only missing like the dungeons now, Zul'Gurub and Majesty's Terrace over there. But I think I'm going to call it here. I'm probably going to run over and do Rust Bolt stuff before I like finally log off today. And then we might do some more raids and stuff tomorrow as well as making some more progress on the Argent Crusade. Not got much left to do there. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.